Welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with a general reading for the sign of Aquarius for April 2025. This is a channel that focuses on you and in particular on your own healing journey so that you can get back to your authentic self and the person that you're always meant to be. And so in today's reading, we're going to be doing the Yellow Cardinal Cross, where we look at an issue or problem, decision maybe, or a pattern that's showing up in your life. And I'm going to try to figure out the conscious influence on it, the unconscious influence on it. And then we're going to look at what's needed for resolution and also some guidance from the tarot. And then I'll recommend a video for you as well at the end. And yeah, so to do our reading today, I'm going to be using the Curious Travels deck. And I'm also going to be using the Radiant Rider-Waite deck. And I'll be pulling a Shaman's Dream Oracle for you also. And I didn't say that my name was Carol. And yeah, I'm offering some personal readings. So if you're interested in one, there is a link in my description box and also in my comments section below. So I'm going to take a few minutes and set up your reading. It's going to take you a few seconds because I'll put it on speed shuffle and I will be right back. Okay, Aquarius, we are back. Now let's look at what the issue is for April. Whether it's a decision, problem, pattern that's showing up in your life, some sort of issue that you're dealing with. Well, we start off with the Six of Swords in reverse. Right away, I can tell you that in an upright position, this looks like a sort of a shaman figure that's bringing this child to safety here, bringing this child to safer waters. I always look at this as this is a healing channel. So the Six of Swords is right away my safety card. In order for you to do this journey, the most important thing, is that you're safe. That you feel safe. If you don't feel safe, then you are in sort of a traumatized state, especially if you have a lot of trauma that you are aware of. Even if you're not aware of it, there is a possibility that you could, and you could be sitting in a situation where you maybe think, because this is in reverse here. And so this could be, maybe you think that you're in a safe place, but you're really not. Like sometimes you can think that the person you're with, it could be anything, a friend, a colleague, a family member, that they're safe for you. But sometimes you realize, these people aren't safe for me. And you've been kind of believing it all along and you don't realize that you're not safe. Or it could be that you need to get yourself to safety and you're not sure. Because I'm seeing here that, yeah, you're needing to get to some safety here. You're feeling like you need to get to some safety. You have the Ace of Swords right behind it. And the Ace is always an offer from the universe. It's a gift from the universe. And the sword is about our truth. The sword is about, getting back to our authenticity. And so there's a real need for you, in order, like I said, for you to get back to your authenticity, who you really are. You need to get to some safety. I needed to pull one more card because it was like, okay, I'm not sure if that's enough for me. Excuse me. And you ended up getting the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands speaks about the feminine aspect to us. We all have a feminine side and a masculine side. It has nothing to do with our gender. The Queen has these beautiful qualities that have been repressed in us for so long, and the Wands talks about our creative purpose, taking our life into that direction that we're meant to go into. So I'm seeing here that there's something about getting yourself to some safety so that you can go towards your authentic self and maybe some sort of creative purpose that's connected to that. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So what are you consciously what's the conscious influence here? And that's something that you're aware of. There's something that's influencing this. So let's look at that. You start off with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Knights in my deck are what I call my freedom fighters. They're a part of us. We all have this part. It's an adolescent part. It's, you know, if you think of an adolescent, there's nothing that they want more than to be free of oppression, anybody that's trying to control them, and they want to move towards their authentic self. And this is the Pentacle. The Pentacle is all about our self-worth, our body, you know, being grounded in our body. And so I think there's a real pull, a real need for you, and I think you feel this, that you're wanting to go towards your authentic self. You're wanting to take your life in that direction, and wanting to get free of anything that controls you, or pain maybe. Sometimes the Pentacle can refer to our pain because it's all about your body. And so there's a real pull here towards that. And you have the strength. You have the strength to do this. But I don't think you feel like you do, because it's in a reverse position. You see here that she's pulling, or she's opening the lion's mouth here. It's like you're opening up the Pandora's box, right? And it's like this card talks about you have the strength not to go physically on the journey, but to go inwards. This is all about an inwards journey. The Strength card says you have the strength to go inwards. But because it's reversed, I don't think you do. So there's like this pull for you to get on this journey, to go towards your authenticity, to go towards who you are. And it's like, no, you're not feeling like you can do it. You're not feeling like you can go inwards. And then I get the King card, and the King is the masculine side of us. I talked about the Queen being the feminine. The King is our ego self. And it'll be the one that comes in and says, and it has the wand, and it's coming in and it's going, this pull that you're talking about here, that she's talking about, that I'm talking about, even this Queen of Wands here going into that purposeful direction, that creative purposeful direction, that's a bunch of crap. It's a bunch of crap. Don't go there. And it'll really shut you down. It'll instill this fear in you, and it'll really prevent you from going there. And that's where the Strength card is in reverse, because you fear to go toward your authenticity and who you are. And it doesn't help when you have this King coming in here. When you have a King and a Knight, they're not side by side, because you have the Strength card in the middle of them. But it really causes a lot of anxiety, because you've got this freedom fighter, the one that wants to get freedom and go towards their authenticity. And then you've got this King that's blocking it, that's saying, no, that's bullshit, don't do that. And so you've got this struggle going on right here, saying, you know, no, don't do it. And so I'm wondering if you're dealing with fear, anxiety around going towards some sort of purposeful thing that you're wanting to do. What is the unconscious influence? And that is what needs healing. And that is definitely what is really having an influence on this conscious part of you right here. So Nine of Pentacles starts off this, and this is really from our childhood, from our adolescence, that needs healing. It's your shadow over here. And so you have your Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles is the card that talks about committing yourself to something, what really matters to you in your life. I think you knew when you were younger what really mattered to you. And I think you're trying to get back to it here, and it's sitting in your shadow. Because for some reason or other, here's the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles in reverse. This is what caused you to doubt yourself right here. And here you are doubting yourself again, like you don't have the strength to do this. The Five of Pentacles speaks of these two individuals that are going by this place of worship. They need to ask for help. They have no shoes on. It's snowing. And yet they don't even consider the place of worship. They don't even look at it. This is your self-worth, not feeling like you matter. And it's very much like blocked. It's like it almost did you in, where you just gave up. You literally gave up. You gave up on what really matters to you when you were younger, and you buried it. You buried it. And so I can see here now it's wanting to come up again, but you have these fears around it. And then you have the Nine of Cups in reverse. You have this individual in an upright position who has, and cups are all about emotions. And so he's quite content sitting there. Notice how he has his arms crossed. And that kind of tells us that, no thanks, I'm kind of done right now. Well, he's done with feeling. He's put all his emotions away. He's not at the 10, which means he doesn't have his full range of emotions. He's only at 9, and he's quit. And even more, he's given up. Not even going to try to get to the 10 of emotions. So that tells me that you very much shut down your emotions when you were younger because you felt like you didn't matter, and you lost some focus on, what's important to you, what matters in your life. And so right now when you're feeling this, that's why you're feeling this tug of war, because there's a part of you that wants to take you in a certain direction, and you have your ego self going, don't go there. Do you remember what happened when you were younger, when you went there? Because something like that's going on here. And then in what is needed for resolution here. Well, oh boy, you got the Tower in reverse. And the Tower in reverse, it's a lot different than the Tower card in an upright position. The Tower in reverse talks about like in an upright position, the Tower says, the universe coming at you with a baseball bat, seriously, and hitting you over the head because they've given you many, many, many red flags. They've tried to get you to go into a different direction. It's like there's this real need for your life to change, for you to go into a new direction. It's in reverse because you haven't hit the Tower moment yet. I think you have been kind of cautioned where, okay, we're going to try this again. Here's the red flag. I'm telling you not to do this or not to go here. And it's like you're not listening. So it's like this final red flag that's coming here from the universe. That's kind of really trying to tell you something about this situation that you're sitting in right now, where you need to get to safety. You need to get to your truth, because there's a direction for you to go in. And for clarity for this Tower in reverse, you have the 9 of Wands in reverse. In an upright position, this individual has been through a lot, hell of a lot. Got the bandage on the head, and they've been through so much that they've put up this wall, and they needed this wall or boundaries around themselves. They're trying to protect themselves. They've been through so much, and it's in reverse. So I think there's a need for you to set some boundaries in your life. Set some boundaries in your life, because the universe says, well, there's a Tower moment that could happen if you don't set these boundaries. I think there's some people that you need to set boundaries with to protect yourself. The 8 of Wands talks about, and again, wands are that purposeful direction we're meant to go in. We talked about this Queen of Wands maybe wanting to take you in that direction. And here they're in reverse. This 8 talks about these wands that are very much focused, all going in the same direction. Parallel wands here. There's a lack of focus here. There's a lack of focus. It's in reverse because the lack of focus is because you don't have boundaries set up. And that's where that Tower moment's going to be coming in. And then the Knight of Swords comes in. And again, here's the Knight. This time it's the Knight of Swords. It was a Knight of Pentacles over there. So here's the part of you that wants to get back to your authenticity. He's got the sword in his hand, the sword of authenticity. Wants to cut through all the bullshit. Wants to get free from oppression, free from control. Wants to go towards their authentic self. And that's where this is taking you. This is where this journey wants to go to. Wants to go towards who you really are, who your authentic self is. And I talked about that at the beginning of this is what this channel is about, getting back to your authentic self. And so that is definitely what's needed for resolution here, is to set up some boundaries. And this is like a one last call here. You need to protect yourself. You need to make sure that you are protected, because I don't think you're feeling safe, or you're not in a safe place. And then what's the guidance from the tarot? What's the guidance from the tarot here? Well, here's the 8 of Wands again. The card has showed up twice. You have the 8 of Wands showing up twice. And this time it's in an upright position. The universe, the guidance from the tarot and the universe wants to bring you up here. Look where the sun is down here. Wants to bring you up here. Wants to bring you around the sun. Wants to get your direction going again. And I think that's what that tower, that warning is here. It wants to get you going back on that track that you're meant to go on. Maybe it's that track that you were meant to go on when you were younger. You know, when you knew what something meant to you when you were younger. You might not know what it is. A lot of times we have to trust that the universe wants to take us in a certain direction. And here it is again. There's a lot of burdens here. You have now the 10 of Wands here. You've been carrying a lot. You had the 9 over here where you have to, you've been through a lot. You've been carrying all these burdens, and the universe wants to take those from you. Wants to bring you in this direction, wants to refocus you. But there's a lot of burdens here that are ready to be lifted, and I think that the universe is saying, okay, I think it's time now that we put some closure to that. And then you have the Fool card that came in sideways. I haven't seen the Fool for a while. And the Fool says, which way do you want to go? This Fool says, I think it's really a card that says to trust the universe with the innocence of a child. To jump off this cliff, knowing that when you jump, the universe is going to hold you in the palm of their hands. And so this is a beautiful ending for you. It's like, you need to trust this. Trust the process. Trust the process of everything that's going on here. But there's some boundaries that need to be set up with people. And there's a direction here. I can feel for April, I think there's like this, the universe is really saying, okay, we're going to refocus you now. It's time to refocus you. Once you've got yourself safe, we're going to refocus you again. But the red flag is here to let you know that it's up to you to set the boundaries. And that's where you are, Aquarius. So I'm going to read for you what you got. You got jeweled web, connectivity. Approaching any oracle requires you to come in with certain expectations. You're either looking for confirmation of what you already know, or attempting to shed light on what eludes you on the obvious path you're on. You're asking whether you will reach a desired goal of some kind. You're rarely able to see beyond memory or projection. And so naturally, everyone comes to the oracle with a narrow perception of what's possible. Imagine that the answer to your question is not about landing at a particular destination, meeting a goal, connecting to a special lover, reaching an end game, or experiencing anything specific. Instead, you discover a shimmering web of jewels you didn't know existed. The world is interconnected in a living web of energy. It is impossible to know how any of it works, but know this. What is in your highest good is a sparkling jewel that lights up for you among the web of possibilities. You just need to know how you want to feel and choose this consciously. Take your focus off getting anywhere. Practice feeling and being in a place where your desired experience has already come to pass. Who will you be when this is true for you? Can you be that now? Feel that now? Practice that. The better you know your path within this web of life, the more it will light up for you. It is celebrating you already. Wow, what a card. It's to me, it's kind of like that Fool card, right? Just let it happen. So, Aquarius, I want you to have compassion for you. You're working through this month. It sounds like it's going to be a journey for you, as it is for, I think, all the signs. Remember that this is the most difficult journey of your life, but it's the most important one. So take care, and I'll talk soon. And before I forget it, I'm going to leave you with a reading on, let me see, a video on... getting safe. Let me see. Emotions. Ooh, it's a tough one. Trusting. Focus. I think I'll just leave you with my video that I did on my other channel called Carol Cares, and it's a video I've done on shadow work, and it's just about how I do it. And you can look at that. There's a lot of different links on it, and whatever you think is calling you. If you need to do some grounding, if you need to do some, maybe you might need to do some grounding. There's grounding videos in there, especially because I know you need to set some boundaries here. So it's very important that you're grounded when you set those boundaries. Also, journaling is very important for me as well. So I'll leave you with that video. All right. Bye-bye.